everyone, and welcome to Second Main. I'm Adam, joined by my host, Caveman Chris, and on today's show, we have a special guest. Chris, why don't you introduce our good friend?
We've got Will here today. We had a modern tournament here at the store, and he only dropped one round. Will, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me here, guys.
No problem. We enjoy company. We do.
Yeah, it gets rough with just the two of us sometimes, so...
It starts and ends rough when it's me and Chris.
So thank you. And what deck did you decide to pilot today?
Today I decided to bring my Gift Storm deck to play in the modern tournament.
Sure. Has that done well on things?
It has done well on things, definitely. I switched up my deck a little bit, back to an older build where it actually runs fetch lands such as Scalding Tarn and Flooded Strands. It's a little different, but I think it works well in this meta that we have up here at the time.
So yeah. You dropped one round. How'd that go? What happened?
Well, I was playing against Red-Green Ponza, and I had a very good hand opener, and I was looking at it and figured I only had one land, but it had a lot of cantrips to get me there, so I figured, you know, let's try it. Well, it didn't get me there really fast. I couldn't find that second land or third, so I wound up dropping it. And it just was a dumpster fire from there.
So bad luck.
It was, but that's magic.
It is. The deck does have quite a few cantrips. Serum Vision, Sleight of Hand.
Yes.
You know, it has ways to search. I can't fault you for keeping a one-lander.
I hate it. I hate the deck. It's good.
Yeah,
I hate it because it's good and it always hoses me. But
I played red deck wins tonight. You know, the burn deck, and that would have been a nightmare for me. I think. I mean, if you kept one-landers and got unlucky, I would have been fine like anybody else. But
you can't win fast enough with your deck. And Will, how many times did you win turn 3 or turn 4?
I would say tonight I won a good amount, probably 3 or 4 times turn 3, which I was good to be set up with. I had very low interaction to fight against, so it really helped me out on that front.
Yeah. Outside of killing Baral, I don't know that the red deck interacts at all.
Not very many decks. I play Eldrazi Tron, and it's fast, but it's not turn 3 kill fast.
No.
So if I can't kill him by turn 3 and I get to say, swing with my whatever I have on the board at that time, it's a big creature, that's fine, pass, and he untaps with Baral or Electromancer on the battlefield, and I just sit back, F6. F6 you win. Like,
yeah, essentially that's what you get to. Challenging decks for you, Will.
It is. A lot of the challenging decks for me are Thoughtseize decks. There was quite a few up here a few weeks ago, but it seemed that the meta seemed to shift back to Eldrazi Tron, red deck wins. We had quite a few in the field tonight, and it really helped me out by not limiting my cards in hand. I had the resources to go off a lot quicker.
Yeah, I typically play Lantern Control. We have a couple guys working on some other black-based decks that they just didn't play this week, so I don't think there was any Thoughtseizes in the field. Not that our field is big, but I don't think there was a Thoughtseize in the field tonight. I didn't play against one, so
I don't know if there was a black deck in the field.
Yeah,
tonight.
That's very different. But everybody here, it's more of a casual group. We play a lot of different. Well, I typically only play one deck, but tonight I tried a different deck. But we have a player that plays a different deck almost every week. A lot of guys just constantly switching up. We even had a guy sell a deck and then didn't replace it.
It's fun. It's fun in that sort of format. Where it's casual, bring in decks like 8 whack and goblin decks and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And then you get the tier 1 decks that come in too that you get to play against, so you can test your skills as a deck builder. You get Storm and you get Lantern and that kind of stuff. So it's fun. It's
going to be nice. We have a player up and coming that's going to be playing Affinity soon. How do you think you fare against that?
Affinity is actually considered a very good deck for Storm to play against. It's very just off to the races. Who's going to get there faster?
Yeah, I was going to say they can really get a clock in a hurry. Yeah. Like, I don't know if turn 3 is something they can consistently do, but turn 4 is definitely in their wheelhouse for sure. Unstop,
The one nice thing that as a Storm player I like to see against Affinity is when they do empty their whole hand turn 1, because usually they don't have a lot of depth after that to actually continue on, in which case they're not doing a whole lot to the board. It lets me sit back, relax, and just sculpt my hand in such a way that I can just go off in one big good turn.
Yeah, Cranial Plating, Galvanic Blast, those are the cards that you're hoping to fade to keep the game going turns 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
I mean, Galvanic Blast kills all your dudes. So, and cranial plating just kills you. You know, even on an Ornithopter with 5-6 artifacts in play, that's 3 turns, 4 turns for you.
Absolutely. And luckily, because of our meta up here, it's such a artifact-centric build that people really sculpt their decks around. I have quite a bit of hate in the sideboard for them. So.
Sure.
But it is a real clock, that cranial plating, to watch out for.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
So is Storm, would you consider Storm your deck? If you were going to go to a big tournament, Grand Prix or something, was that what you would bring to the table? Or what do you think? Where do you think Storm fits in the format right now?
I think Storm fits in really well. It really just depends on what the hot deck of the week is. If everyone's playing a lot of Thoughtseize decks, I will look on a lot of the metas and just see what everyone's really playing heavy. If it's going to be really hard, I might switch it up to a different deck I know.
I actually still think your deck is fairly resilient to the hand disruption, just because of all the cantrips, all the siphoning through your deck you can do.
Gifts Ungiven is...
Yeah, that's a card. Again, the Serum Visions, the Sleight of Hand, those cards just continue to recycle. Oh, you took a piece. Well, I'm going to try and refine it. Gifts Ungiven's a big one as well.
And the new pickup that we had from Shadows over Innistrad, Pieces of the Puzzle, has been really helpful.
You like that?
I do a lot. It fills the graveyard, plus you get 2 more cards to hand, guaranteed. So it's very nice in that deck. Very rarely is it ever just a whiff on searching for the top 5, looking for a sorcerer instant.
Sure. When you show up to a Magic tournament, wherever it is, however big it is, what do you want to play against? Obviously, outside of like a rogue deck, like if you're just looking, a tier 1, tier 2 deck list, what do you want to play against? Like, what do you thrive on?
Well, I like to play a lot of interactive matches. That's my personal opinion. I love playing against Lantern Control just because, to me, it's a big puzzle how you're going to beat them before they can lock you out of the game. I find it really requires a lot of mental ability to figure out different avenues of attack. I love looking for different backwards, maybe I'll go on the attack with lightning bolts out of nowhere because, that's what I put in. Sometimes you find those ones. It's weird.
Yeah, that's fair. Chris, you got anything else to ask our Storm expert tonight?
I think the old expert covered it expertly. So
yeah.
Thank you for being here, Will.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming out, Will.
Thank you.
And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.